Hi everyone, so for this video I'm going to go over functions, and I'm going to do 6-5-1, so let's do this together right here. So it says initialize the variable x to a function called myFunction with the values 1 and 3. Multiply the two numbers, console log the variable x afterwards, then answer on the same line as the console log using the two forward slashes. So what is it? Let's take it one step at a time. First, let's initialize the variable x. So we'll do var x, and this will be assigned to a function which is called myFunction, and it has the values of 1 and 3, semicolon. And what we want to do is we want to multiply the two numbers. So what we have to do for that is let's do function, myFunction, then we'll say first number here, let's do first number, second number, and then we'll use the curly braces, and we will type in return, and then first number, because we're multiplying, we're using the star symbol, then the second number, semicolon, and let's add a semicolon at the end of the function as well. Now it tells us we want to console log out the variable x afterwards. So let's do console.log x, and then the semicolon at the end. So it's also telling us to write the answer on the same line as the console. So let us do that. We could just do two forward slashes, and then we'll do, so what is it, 1 and 3, so 1 times 3, that should be 3. So let us run this and make sure that we get the exact same result. So let's do touch test. Okay, let me save it here. So if this is happening, what you can try doing is just try closing the terminal, open up a new terminal, and let's go ls cd desktop ls. So we got that test.js file. So we'll do node test.js. There we go. And we get the value of 3. So let me explain what's happening here. Essentially, the variable x, which is something that we want to use to call whenever we want to maybe use that value. And what we're doing is here, we're assigning it to a function. And this name here can actually be anything. It doesn't really matter. It could also be called hello, but if you change this word here, you have to change it here as well, because they have to match, because what this is essentially doing right here is it's saying, okay, look for the function called hello and make sure you pass in these two values. So it's going to look for hello, and it's going to go, okay, oh, this function here, it's called hello. Perfect. So let's use the values 1 and 3, and then we will return whatever we need to do with those numbers. So let's go back to putting it to myFunction. So it is taking this number 1 right here and replacing it with the value for the variable first number. Number 3 is being replaced with the second number. So we're essentially taking first number, which is 1, and is placed right here. And we're taking the second number and we're placing it right here. So then what we can do is just use that star symbol to multiply the two numbers. And when we multiply these two numbers, in order to get this in order to get the number that has now been calculated back to this function up here, we have to use the return keyword. So this essentially says, okay, take this value of whatever you've done and bring it back up here. So then x will actually equal to 3 once it's done all the calculation, because 1 times 3 is 3. So x is equal to 3. And we want to console log out x. So we take this variable x, bring it in the console down here, and we're displaying it here, right here in the terminal, and it's the value of 3. And I just mentioned here to add the answer on the same line using those 2 forward slashes. So essentially just do 2 forward slashes and the value which comes out, and that is 3.